There was a time when QWERTY keyboards were a must-have feature for smartphones. These days your real option is to buy a BlackBerry device. But that's set to change this summer. A startup called FxTec is introducing a new Android phone called the FxTec Pro1. The company is showing the phone to reporters at Mobile World Congress this week, and it's set to launch in July, but you can pre-order one now for $649. If this idea sounds familiar, that's because FxTec evolved out of a project to build a slide-out keyboard Moto mod for Motorola's Moto Z smartphones. The most distinctive characteristic of the FxTec Pro1 is clearly the keyboard. It features 64 backlit keys that are arranged in F5 rows. The keyboard slides out and tilts the screen to a 155-degree angle when you're using it, and hides behind the display when you don't need it. The result is a phone that you can use as a touchscreen device, or as a thumb typing device that gives you tactile feedback as you type, and prevents the keyboard from covering a substantial portion of the screen. FxTec has also built a custom Android launcher app that's optimized for use in landscape orientation. And thanks to the arrow keys, you can use the keyboard to navigate the user interface without touching the screen at all. You can launch apps, scroll through your news feeds or web pages, and perform other actions. While the keyboard sets this phone apart, the rest of its specs and features seem to be a bit of a mixed bag. On the one hand, there's a 6-inch, 2160x1080-pixel AMOLED display, 6 GB of RAM, and 128 GB of storage plus a micro SD card reader. On the other hand, it has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 processor. That's not a bad chip by any stretch of the imagination. It's the processor powering my Pixel 2 smartphone. Other features include a 3200 mAh battery, 12MP plus 5MP dual rear cameras, and 8MP front camera, dual SIM support, if you're not using one of those slots for a micro SD card, stereo speakers, a 3.5mm headphone jack, a USB Type-C port, NFC, Bluetooth 5.0, and 802.11ac Wi-Fi. There's a fingerprint sensor on the side of the phone, an RGB LED notification light, and the phone will ship with Android 9 Pie.